I'm Melissa Lawson,
And I'm Anna Barnum.
and our math topic is reasons abstractly and quantitative. Basically, we have, there were 20 boys and 15 girls in Miss Mock's first grade class last year. This year, the number of boys decreased by 25% and the number of girls increased by 20%. What was there an increase or decrease in the overall number of students in the class? And then what was the overall percentage change if there was one? So basically, to find this problem, you would do 20 boys times 0.25%. So you have 5 less boys. So you have 15 boys this year. And then you would have 15 girls times 0.2, and you would have 3 more girls this year than you did last year. So you have 18 girls. And then to find the number of students for each year, so 15 plus 18 equals 33, and then 20 plus 15 equals 35. So then you would take the 35 minus the 33, so you would have 2 more students last year than you did this year. So that is, then you would divide the 2 divided by the 35, so you would have a change of 0.057 or 5.7%. It's your turn to talk.
Math standards. Our standard was mathematically proficient students make sense of quantities and their relationships to problem situations. They bring 2 complementary abilities to bear on problems involving quantitative relationships. The ability to decontextualize, to abstract a given situation and represent it symbolically and manipulate the representing symbols as if they have a life of their own, without necessarily attending to the reference, and the ability to contextualize, to pause as needed during the manipulation process in order to probe into the reference for the symbols involved. Quantitative reasoning entails habits of creating a coherent representation of the problem at hand, considering the units involved, attending to the meaning of quantities, not just how to compute them, and knowing inflexibility using different properties of operations and objects.
Basically, if you have the word problem, you have to be able to pull out what you need from the word problem, understand it. We have boys and girls. Sometimes that might be units of measure, or it might be percentage, and how they all work together and how to solve each step of the problem. If you're doing it for a younger class, saying first, second, you would do adding and subtracting. Older ones, multiplications, divisions, fractions. How it can relate to us is, I know I constantly go online, and if you have this many points out of this many points, I want to know my letter grade. So I would divide it to find my letter grade. You can do it as a teacher if you are trying to figure out the percent of a grade that the student has. You have a test, they got 25 out of 50 points, so you decide, okay, well, 25 divided by 50, they have this letter grade, and you can put that on their test.
For the concept introduction and definition, a percentage is a rate, number, or amount in each hundred. A fraction with a denominator of 100 is called a percentage, denoted by a percent sign or divided by 100. The sign percentage is called percent. The term percent is a short form of the Latin word percentum, which means out of 100.